The Penn Kingsmen 30 seconds away. Yeah. Inside of 30 seconds. Play clock hasn't started yet. 26 seconds, 25 seconds. It's inside of 25, and the Penn Kingsmen defeat the Carmel Greyhounds 16-10, and Penn is headed to Lucas Oil 2 weeks from tomorrow night as they win the 9th overall matchup between the Penn Kingsmen and the Carmel Greyhounds, their 11th semi-state title, and for the first time since 2011 and the first time in 6A, the Penn Kingsmen are going to the state championship.
Welcome in here to the state Penn preview here on the Regional Radio Sports Network State Championship Game 6A. Adam Demaree alongside me, Cory Yeoman, head coach of the Penn Kingsmen. The Penn Kingsmen with a big victory over the Carmel Greyhounds 16-10 2 weeks ago, Coach. It's hard to believe it's already gone that by, but I tell you what, it rolls right off the tongue. State Championship preview.
Well, it's exciting to be here. I'm awful proud of our seniors and the leadership they've shown.
Coach, when you take a look at, let's just go back to that Carmel game, another game where it was physical up front, line of scrimmage. You guys dominate on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. What was the key in the trenches on Friday night?
Well, I think both those groups have continued to get better and better and better every week, and not huge strides, but every week getting a little better, and that's the name of the game. Coach Lake's done a great job, and with Coach Harity and Coach Feldy molding those guys, and then on the other side of the ball, with Coach Thompson, Coach Madison, they've done a great job getting those guys better every week.
Sam Schulte's obviously my player of the game, 3 for 3 from extra points, 1 for 1, or from field goals, 1 for 1 from extra points. And you take a look at that, especially that field goal before half, hitting the bottom crossbar, must have felt pretty good to finally have the ball bounce your way.
Well, one of the greatest plays of the game, I think, besides the field goals, was him fielding that punt and getting that punt off early on in the first quarter. So Sam had a huge game.
All right, Coach, let's break down your opponent in the Center Grove Trojans. Kind of a rematch of the 2000 state championship game, different personnel, obviously, but philosophies of the two programs. Do you see some similarities?
Well, you do. Eric does a great job. His staff works very, very hard, and you watch a team like Center Grove, and their kids play extremely hard. They're always in the right place, and they keep battling no matter what the situation is. So he's done a great job once again, but that's no big shock to anyone.
Coach, when you take a look at their offensive scheme and what they like to do, how have the games previously, such as Orchard Lake St. Mary's or Mishawaka, helped prepare you for a game like this?
Well, it's completely different from what Mishawaka does, and not so much of an option-type game, but there's misdirection, there's power, kind of similar to what maybe Orchard Lake did in some extent, but he has his own separate version of it, and whether it be the boot pass or running power or ISO or running counters and wing sweeps and slot sweeps, they just do what they do very, very well.
Coach, final game of the season, what are the keys to victory?
Well, I think, number one, we've got to have a way to try to get first downs against a very, very stingy defense and keep the ball in our hands. On defense, on the defensive side of the ball, they've got a great tailback and another running back, and they can do things. And you've got to be very, very careful in the defensive backfield because they don't throw the ball a lot, but when they do, a lot of times it's a home run. So you've got to make sure you do your job. And in all big championship games, special teams are going to be huge. Our coverage teams have got to be great. We've got to limit some great athletes to big returns, and we've got to hopefully make some plays ourselves on the special teams.
Coach, best of luck. It's been a pleasure working with you this year.
Great year, Adam. Thank you.
Once again, Cory Yeoman, head coach of the Penn Kingsmen, join us here for the Penn State Championship preview. They'll take on the Center Grove Trojans, the number 1 team in the state, on Saturday night at 7:30. Kickoff at 7. Pregame show starts at 6:30 right here on the Regional Radio Sports Network.